Coming off a tough loss against the Sheldon Irish on Tuesday, the Roseburg Indians return for a road trip up north to South Eugene to face off against the 2-10 Axe. Hello and welcome to South Eugene High School. Matt Jarecki, happy to be with you this afternoon as the 7-4 Roseburg Indians take on, as mentioned, the 2-10 South Eugene Axe. The Indians are 3-2 in Southwest Conference play. The Axe 0-6 so far in league play this season. The Indians in their game against Sheldon on Tuesday, it was a 4-3 loss for Roseburg. It was a game where they led early on. Indians took a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning. Jake Johnson, an RBI single. He did it again in the third inning as the Indians were able to extend their lead to 2-0. After the first three innings, Sheldon got on the board in the fourth inning, scored one run, and then tied the game in the sixth inning. At the top of the sixth, the Irish scored their second run of the game, went to a 2-2 game going into the bottom of the sixth. Roseburg was able to take the lead in the bottom of the sixth inning, but Sheldon scored two runs in the top of the seventh to come from behind, take their first lead of the game, and they hung on to win it 4-3 in 7 innings. Jake Johnson, he was really the star of the show. 6 1/3 innings pitch, gave up 6 hits with 3 runs, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts, was pulled in the 7th inning. Really, that third run wasn't necessarily responsible to him. It was an infield hit. A bunt to advance the runner into scoring position. He was pulled, and then a couple batters later, Cal Robbins allowed 1 run to come in as well in his 2/3 of an inning. But Jake Johnson, 6 1/3, just 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, only 1 walk. Also went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Almost picked up the win himself, pitching-wise and getting it done offensively. There was a point in that game where the Indians were up 2-1. And it was 2 runs brought in by Jake Johnson and only 1 run given up. So he almost did it himself. Unfortunately for him, the Irish came from behind and were able to pull off the 4-3 upset victory over the Indians. Dane St. Clair went 1 for 4, had a run scored. Paxton Burke went 0 for 2, walked twice, also scored a run. A.J. Black went 1 for 3 and was able to come in and score a run. He had a triple. It was his triple in the bottom of the 6th. That put him in scoring position, and he was able to come in and score to take the lead back 3-2 before the Irish ended up winning 4-3. The Indians now face off against South Eugene. This is a South Eugene team that last year went 11-16 overall in the season, 7-11 in league play. They finished 5th in the Southwest Conference. They did not make the playoffs. They return a couple of key players from a year ago, graduated a bunch of key players from last year, but a couple of returners this year to look out for. Gavin Bush, honorable mention, Southwest Conference infielder from last year. Brendan Van Ryzen, he was second team Southwest Conference as an outfielder last year. And then Andrew Rodman, first team All-Southwest Conference as a pitcher last year as a freshman. He's going to get the start today in game number 1. Good pitcher the Indians will be facing off against. So, Roseburg, 7-4 on the season, taking on the 2-10 South Eugene Axe. We'll have the starting lineups in just a second. Again, Roseburg coming off that loss against Sheldon. They had last weekend off, so it is a doubleheader once again for the Indians. A couple of weekends ago, they were pulled off the sweep against... I guess actually it was a split against South Medford 2 weekends ago. They picked up a win on the road at Willamette. There's going to be a lot of road games. In fact, actually, today is the start of a lot of road trips for the Indians. 10 of the next 14 games for Roseburg will be on the road, and that includes a doubleheader next weekend for Roseburg. So a lot of road games ahead. Starts today here in South Eugene. We'll go ahead and take our first 2-minute timeout. When we return, we'll have Coach Thompson here on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Welcome back to the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Now, Jarecki here with Coach Thompson. Coach, unfortunately, you guys fell to Sheldon on Tuesday. Got that game, got away from you guys. What were your overall thoughts on that one?
Yeah, it was a disappointing end to a pretty good ball game there. To lead the whole way through it and give it up there kind of in the 6th and 7th. And to give up the lead to get tied there in the 6th, and then for our guys to come back and score to take the lead in the bottom of the 6th was a great thing. Unfortunately, the 7th inning played out like it did, and we couldn't come back in the bottom half and get it done. But all in all, a pretty good performance by Jake Johnson on the mound. Gave them minimal opportunities, and offensively, we've got to come up with some more hits and some more base runners and have a chance to score a few more runs. But yeah, a disappointing end, but nonetheless, a pretty good ball game, and one we'd like to have back, and would have thought we felt good about going into there to the late innings, but didn't work out for us that day, and we're back today and ready to go again here at South Eugene.
Obviously a tough league loss on a Tuesday, but then you had a whole week of practice. How do you think the players responded after that loss?
We've had a good week from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Kids came ready to get after it, and we have the last several days. So we had a good week with good weather, and all that always helps. So it was a good week after Tuesday, and once again, like I said, find ourselves here today and in a tough place to play here up at South Eugene in a league setting. So we're excited for the opportunity to get back at it today.
Early bus ride today, heading to South Eugene. Just how do you approach the bus ride trips, and what is your routine like on those trips coming into a game?
No, it's no different than any trip we ever make. Kids get there in plenty of time, and we get on the bus and we relax, and we'll just get here. And when we get to wherever we're playing today, it happens to be up here in Eugene. We get out and have our pregame routines, whether we're at home or on the road, and try to stick pretty close to those timing-wise. Today, with a little earlier start at 11, just pushed everything, forward an hour. But routine stays the same, and, we find ourselves here ready to get going here today.
Mm-hmm. With a doubleheader, how do you approach managing the pitchers?
We have our weekend guys, and we feel good about where we're at with all of our arms coming into the weekend. We have our starters, and then we have guys we like to bring in relief, and they're all good to go as far as pitch count stuff goes here today. So we feel like we're in a good spot with our arms here today.
What about catching? How do you approach catching in a doubleheader?
Same thing. We have guys that we like to have when certain guys are on the mound. We like to put certain guys behind the plate, and a lot of that sometimes is dictated by our offensive lineup. Who we want to put in those offensive spots and give them at bats and have a chance for them to be successful here today. So sometimes it's thought out and drawn out before the game, and other times it's kind of a feel during the game and what you're seeing and how the players are responding to their at bats and defensively. So we come into the plan, and sometimes we get a chance to stick to it, and other times we change that plan or have the ability to make a change, and it's always good to have options. So we'll go into it like we always do with the plan and see how that plays out here today.
Looking at South Eugene, what have you seen from them? What should fans know about their program and what they bring to the table?
South Eugene's always been a good club and a scrappy club, through the years. They have some arms that have given lots of teams around the league problems through the years, and this year's no different. We'll see a couple quality right-handers, I think, here today. And playing them on their field at home, obviously they're confident and excited to play at home. So it's a great challenge for us to come up here after Tuesday to get back on it and have a chance to play on the road against a quality team and a league opponent once again. So yeah, a big undertaking for us today, and hopefully we can come through and play well and put ourselves in position to get a couple games here today.
Lastly, how hard is it to pull off a sweep in Southwest Conference play, and how do you guys find success today in doing that?
Well, you got to stay focused on what you're doing. It turns into a long day, and when you're on the road, it's even longer with the bus ride. So that's just it. You know, we try to get some pregame games in with a doubleheader or two, so our kids have some experience in that. And obviously, we played a doubleheader at home here a couple weeks ago, but kids know coming in that doubleheaders are a part of our program and part of our league play, so it doesn't surprise us when we get to doubleheader time. And you know, like I said, it's a long day, and we got to stay focused throughout the day, but you got to play one pitch and one inning at a time and one game at a time. And you know, when the first game's over, it's time, no matter what the result, you got to put that behind you and get ready to go again right away for game two. You know, important part of our league is that game two on a Saturday. So you know, everybody's got to go through it. All of our other teams are playing here today as well throughout the league. So big part of the Southwest Conference is a doubleheader on Saturday.
Good luck today, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
So that was Coach Thompson ahead of this game against the South Eugene Axe. Roseburg Indians 7-4 on the season, taking on the 2-10 South Eugene Axe. Coach is currently meeting right now at home plate. We'll take our final timeout and get you the starting lineups on the other half of this break here on 541radio.com and the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Welcome back here to South Eugene High School. Let's go ahead and get you today's starting lineups. Special thanks once again to Roseburg Disposal, our pregame show sponsor. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal at 673-7122. Again, that is Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal at 673-7122. Starting lineup today for the Roseburg Indians, the visiting team here in game number one. Paxton Burke going to be leading things off, the shortstop, followed by Dane St. Clair, the center fielder in the 2 spot. Cal Robbins is batting third. The catcher, Jake Johnson, the third baseman, batting fourth. Luke Robbins, the DH today, batting fifth. A.J. Black, the left fielder, in the 6th spot. Tanner Wirtz, the first baseman, batting seventh. Fletcher Coleman, the right fielder, batting eighth. And Caden Austin, the second baseman, rounds out the starting lineup for the Roseburg Indians. Defensively today for South Eugene, Brandon Van Ryzen is going to be the left fielder. Gino Humphrey, the center fielder. Chuck Binstadt is going to be the right fielder. Gabe Garcia at third base in the infield. Gavin Bush, the shortstop. Trent Oliver, the second baseman. Jonah Alexander at first base. And Michael Grilly is catching behind the plate. Andrew Rodman is going to get the start for the South Eugene Axe. Rodman, a sophomore, the first team All-Southwest Conference pitcher a year ago for South Eugene. And so the right-hander is going to get the start today for the Axe. South Eugene today going to be wearing purple jerseys, black numbers, white trim on them. Black hats for the Axe with the Axe on it. The Roseburg Indians, they're going to be wearing gray pants, a black-orange piping down the side of the pants, black belts, black jerseys, Roseburg written in orange across the chest, with a black hat and a Roseburg R. So the Indians going to have Paxton Burke leading things off. About to get going here at South Eugene High School. A pretty overcast day so far. It's going to become sunny in the afternoon. Currently, the temperature is 58 degrees. Feels like 54. So here is Paxton Burke, the shortstop, leading things out for the Roseburg Indians today. Just a little bit of a unique setup in comparison to our home setup. Just one camera today for you folks watching online. You can head over to 541radio.com or our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score, if you're listening on the radio. Here's Paxton Burke, the left-handed hitter. First pitch from Roadman. This is down in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes as we're underway here at 11:01. So an early start today. Typically doubleheaders start around noon, but South Eugene, they have their prom tonight, so move the game up to 11 as Burke swings and grounds one up the middle. Fielding it is the shortstop, Gavin Bush, and he has no play. Paxton Burke is going to reach first base safely as Bush charged in. Wasn't able to cleanly field it. And it results in an infield hit for Paxton Burke. So leadoff hit for the Indians. It brings up Dane St. Clair, the left-handed hitter. Back-to-back lefties in the lineup for Roseburg. Roadman now working out of the stretch. Looks back towards first base. Might have gotten him, and he did. He throws out Paxton Burke as he's picked off at first base. Good play by Andrew Roadman. And so now after the leadoff base hit, runner is off the bag and 1 out here in the top of the first inning. So St. Clair was still awaiting his first pitch. Roadman now going to be working out of the windup. Righty winds and deals. St. Clair grounds it foul to the third base side. No balls and a strike. Dane this season, a little bit down in comparison to last season. 242 the average so far to start for St. Clair. 6 hits, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs. Last year, first team All-Southwest Conference outfielder. St. Clair swings on the 0-1, grounds it to short. Bush picks it up on a backhand, throws across the diamond to first base, and there is Jonah Alexander for out number 2. So quickly 2 away here in the top of the first inning. Nobody on for Cal Robbins, the catcher. So here's Big Cal, the 3-hole hitter. Third on the team in batting average this season. .417 the average for Robbins. First pitch. Chases a pitch in the turf. No balls and a strike to Robbins. South Eugene looking for their first league win of the season as the 2-10 Axe are taking on the Roseburg Indians. Robbins freezes on a pitch down and away from Roadman. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cal, a big extra base threat this season. 5 triples, 2 doubles. Sneaky fast. In the turf, 2 balls and a strike to Robbins. Cal, just a sophomore, transferred from Douglas High School this year. Spent his freshman year last year at Douglas. Dad Jeremiah, now the athletic director at Douglas High School. Former UCC head coach. 2-1. Pitch misses inside. Now 3 balls and a strike to Robbins. His brother Luke is in the hole. 2 of them 2 years apart. Luke a little bit older. 3-1 pitch to Robbins. Elevated. Ooh, late strike call. Robbins was already trotting over to first base, but alas, it is called a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Robbins. Roadman winds and delivers. Payoff pitch. Popped in the air out towards right field. Giving chase is Binstat. He can't catch up to it. It drops down for a base hit. Robbins is going to be turning towards second after Binstat tumbled in the outfield. It results in a double for Robbins. And the Indians will extend the inning. So now a runner in scoring position. 2 outs for Jake Johnson. Jake, as mentioned, had 2 RBIs in the last game against Sheldon on Tuesday. 2 for 4 performance for the right-handed hitter. 3rd baseman this season. 2nd on the team in batting average. Big spot for the cleanup hitter here. So Johnson gets it in the box. Right-handed hitter looking at the right-hander in Rodman. Working out of the stretch. Rodman's first pitch. Grounded towards the left side of the infield. Bush picks it up off the dirt. Throws to first base and retires Johnson for the final out. Indians get 2 hits in the inning, leave 1 stranded, no errors defensively, and no runs. We're now going to head to the bottom of the first inning. The score is 0-0 here at South Eugene High School. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Welcome back here to South Eugene High School. 0-0 the score as we begin the bottom of the first inning. South Eugene coming up to hit. Leading things off is going to be Gino Humphrey, followed by Gavin Bush, the shortstop, Brendan Van Ryzen, the left fielder, batting third. Getting the start for Roseburg on the mound is going to be the right-hander, Riley Cheney. Cheney's first pitch is hit out towards right field, and it's through for a base hit. Gino Humphrey gets aboard with a leadoff single for South Eugene. So Cheney gets the start today for Roseburg. One of the weekend guys this season for the Indians. Brings up Gavin Bush, shortstop for this South Eugene team. Turner from last season. Cheney delivers a pitch, called for a strike, bunt was shown, and then now a throwback towards first base. Gets away from Danner Wirtz at first base, but diving back there safely is Humphrey, and he's going to remain there. Fletcher Coleman backing it up in right field. Defensively for the Indians, Fletcher Coleman, as mentioned, in right field, Dan St. Clair in center field, A.J. Black out in left, Jake Johnson at third base, Paxton Burke the shortstop, Kane Austin at second, Danner Wirtz at first base, and Cal Robbins catching behind the plate. Cheney goes back towards first base. Diving back there safely is Gino Humphrey. Runner at first, still awaiting the first pitch, is the two-hole hitter, Gavin Bush, the shortstop. Cheney out of the stretch, fires in a pitch that misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. So here's Bush, the shortstop, honorable mention, Southwest Conference player a year ago. Now a senior on the South Eugene squad. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch from Cheney. A bunt shown. It's popped up in the air. Catching it with the catcher's mask on is Cal Robbins for out number 1. Didn't have a ton of time behind the plate. Couldn't rip off the cage, but still was able to track down the ball and make the catch for out number 1. So 1 away, a runner at first. 0-0 the score here in the bottom of the first inning. And it brings up Brendan Van Ryzen, left fielder. Now the right-handed hitter swings through the first pitch. No balls and a strike from Riley Cheney. So Cheney with the start today for Roseburg. Making his 4th start of the season, 5th appearance overall. The right-hander fires in a pitch that's popped up in the air out towards right field. Fletcher Coleman comes in and makes the catch, throws it back towards first base. It's over the head of Wirtz and towards the dugout of the Indians, and that's going to advance Gino Humphrey to second base. So an errant throw advances a runner into scoring position for South Eugene. Nonetheless, 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. So 2 outs, a runner at second. Here's Andrew Rodeman, the pitcher, and he has an opportunity here to give himself the lead. Janey's pitch. Down and away, gets past Robbins, and Humphrey is going to advance over to third base. So runner at third. 1 ball and no strikes to Andrew Rodeman. JD's 1-0. Up and inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Rodeman. Rodeman, first team All-Southwest Conference pitcher last year. Also listed as an outfielder on this Axe roster. 2-0 pitch from Janey. Fastball at the knees, but just a little bit low. 3 balls and no strikes. Slight breeze out here in South Eugene this afternoon. Pretty comfortable weather. 3-0. Taken for a strike. 3 balls and a strike to Rodeman. Sun's starting to peek its way through. Seeing a little bit of blue sky. Still a little bit overcast, mostly cloudy. As the pitch is in the dirt, and it's going to be a walk to put a runner at first base. So far this inning, a single, a pop up behind the plate, a fly out to right field, and a walk. So 2 aboard, runners on the corners. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Here's Jonah Alexander now, big right-handed first baseman. Swings and fouls off the first pitch, off the backstop behind the plate. 0-1. Alexander, another award winner last year. Honorable mention, Southwest Conference at first base. Sophomore foul tips a pitch into the mitt of Cal Robbins, the catcher. And now Cheney ahead, no balls in 2 strikes. Looking to get out of the inning unscathed. 0-0 the score, runners on the corners, 2 outs and an 0-2 count. Cheney comes set at the waist. The 0-2, swing and a miss. He picks up his first strikeout and leaves 2 stranded after 1 hit, no runs, no errors in the bottom of the first. We're now heading to the top of the second. The score is 0-0. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Top of the second inning, 0-0 the score. It is South Eugene and Roseburg facing off against each other this afternoon. Indians had 2 hits in the top of the first inning. South Eugene just 1 as we begin inning number 2. Leading things off for Roseburg here in the top of the second is Luke Robbins, the DH. He'll be followed by A.J. Black and Danner Wirtz. 5, 6, 7, 2 up for the Indians facing off against the right-hander, Andrew Rodeman. Rodeman on the mound, Robbins in the box. First pitch on its way, and it's a breaking ball down and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Luke Robbins. So Luke the DH today. We've seen him in several spots this season. He's been a DH quite a bit this year. Right-handed hitter, the senior. Watches the pitch, miss outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Robbins. Luke this season, 5th on the team in batting average, a favorable .367 average, 11 hits. 10 of them have been singles, just one extra base hit. It was a double. Has 6 RBIs on the season. Robbins swings, lifts the ball out towards left field. And Robbins is now heading towards second as the ball is on the ground. Robbins is going to make it to second with a double. So it puts Robbins at second base. Nobody out, and it brings up A.J. Black, the left fielder. So Black gets the start in left field today for Roseburg, the 6-hole hitter at the plate. Rodman out of the stretch, delivers a breaking ball up and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Decent little turnout. Good amount of Roseburg fans have made the trip north. Saw Jake Johnson's grandpa earlier. He made the trip over from Bend. Out spending the Easter weekend with his family. Black dribbles one out towards the right side of the infield. Picking it up is Alexander, the first baseman. Flips it underhand back to the pitcher, Andrew Rodman, for out number 1. Advancing over to third base on the play is Luke Robbins. It's now 1 out, runner at third for the Indians here in the top of the second. Roseburg with 3 hits in the early going, and now they're open for their 4th right here with Danner Wirtz coming to the dish. First pitch, Wirtz takes down and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Danner. He's so far leading the squad in batting average as a freshman. .529 average this season for Danner. Made an impact at the plate and on the mound as well. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. 1-1. Threw a no-hitter a couple of weekends ago against South Medford in a doubleheader. Pulled that off in game number 2 against the Panthers. 1-1. Takes a pitch down and away. Good job by Michael Grilly behind the plate. Get in front of it. Two balls and 1 strike. Pitch to Wirtz. Upstairs. 3-1. On deck is Fletcher Coleman, left-handed hitter, waiting in the on-deck spot. Wirtz rattling the bat. The 3-1 pitch. High. Gets past Grilly. Sprinting now from third is Robbins. A head-first slide at the plate. He's in there safely. So Wirtz walks, and Robbins comes in and scores on the pass ball by Grilly. And the Indians take the lead 1-0 here in the top of the second. So still just 1 out in the inning. Runner at first now for Fletcher Coleman in a 1-0 ball game. First pitch to Coleman. Taken for a strike. 0-1. It's Coleman, the right fielder, gets the start for Roseburg. This is 9th game of the season, a 200 hitter this season. Throw back towards first base. Diving back there safely is Wirtz. No stolen bases this season for Danner. Rodman delivers a pitch high and a throw back towards first base. Back there safely is Wirtz. 1 ball and 1 strike to Fletcher Coleman here in the top of the second in a 1-0 ball game. Bright orange batting gloves for Coleman. Left-handed batter swings and drives the ball out towards left field, and it goes foul. 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. the clouds begin to part here in South Eugene. Sun shining on the field now. Pitch upstairs. 2 balls and a strike now. 2 balls and 2 strikes, I should say. Rodman nods his head, delivers a pitch. Down and inside, throw back towards first base. Stopping back there safely is Wirtz.
Go, Andrew, fight back, bud. You got it, 12, looking good.
So 3-2. Rodman's payoff pitch. Up and away. So it's going to be a walk to Coleman. Advances Wirtz into scoring position. Still 1 out in the inning. Back-to-back walks, but runners on first and second. And it brings up the 9-hole hitter, Caden Austin, who looks to turn the lineup over. Austin, his 12th start of the season. Adding .212 on the year for the Indians. Austin shows bunt, bunts it back up the middle. Rodman fields it, and he overhand throws it to first base. On the bag was Jonah Alexander for out number 2, but a sacrifice bunt by Caden Austin will turn over the lineup and bring up Paxton Burke with 2 outs and 2 in scoring position as Coleman advances to second and Wirtz advances to third. So a little bit of a discussion between the home plate and field umpires as whether or not Alexander was officially on the bag. He was.
Go, Drew. Get him at the plate.
So here's Paxton Burke, 1 for 1 with a single so far today. First pitch. Burke takes low and away. 1 ball and no strike to Paxton. So Burke, the shortstop today. Last year against South Eugene, when he played, he was catching. Been primarily the shortstop this season after the graduation of Brooks Avery. Pitch misses. 2 balls and no strikes to Burke. Avery now at Lynn Benton Community College. Roadrunners currently in first place in the NWAC. Two-0 pitch. Burke takes a strike on the low inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike from Andrew Rodman. Indians leading 1-0. A chance to add on to their lead here in the top of the second. 2 in scoring position and 2 outs. Rodman's pitch. Popped in the air, foul behind my head. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Burke looking for a clutch hit here. Two. High. 3-2. First base is open. Dane St. Clair is on deck. St. Clair 0 for 1 today. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count to Burke. Rodman's payoff pitch. Whoa! It's another walk. So Burke works a walk. Bases loaded thanks to 3 walks so far in the inning by Rodman. And now bases loaded, 2 outs for Dane St. Clair.
Go, South. Let's go, Axe. Make a play.
So here's St. Clair, another left-handed hitter for Roseburg. First pitch to Dane. Chopped on a high chopper up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Charging in at third is Garcia. Throw to first base. Not in time. Dane legs it out for an infield single. It scores a run as Wirtz comes in and scores from third. Coleman advances to third base. Burke goes to second. Base is still loaded, and the Indians lead at 2-0 after their fourth hit of the game. Another infield hit. Brings up Cal Robbins, the eighth batter of the inning. Base is still loaded. Indians looking to add on to a big inning already. Robbins takes down and inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Robbins. Cal had a double last inning. One of the 4 batters with a hit so far today. In the turf. 2 balls and no strikes to Cal. The double for Cal was his 3rd of the season. He now has as many extra base hits as he has singles on the year. 8 extra base hits, 8 singles. 16 hits overall in the season for young Cal. Robbins grounds it hard to short, fielding it as Bush, and he throws over to second for the final out. Indians, though, in the inning have 2 runs on 2 hits. I believe no errors and 3 left stranded. After 1.5, we'll head now to the bottom of the second inning. The score is 2-0 in favor of Roseburg. You're listening to Indians Baseball here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Bottom of the second inning. First pitch from Riley Cheney on its way, down and away. 1 ball and no strikes here in the bottom of the second inning. 2-0, Roseburg with the lead. 2 runs coming in the top of the second inning. Cheney delivers a pitch. It's in for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Liam Donlin. Donlin the DH today for the X. 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. So the Indians on the road today, a doubleheader again. The first of 10 road games in the next 14 games. Ball belted in the air out towards left field, pretty deep in left center field. Tracking it down is Dane St. Clair for out number 1. Definitely a tough broadcast setup from here. Sitting behind the bleachers, we had to run 4 extension cords across from a basketball gym and then across the road and then across a field. Really hard to see everything from my vantage point. First pitch now grounded to third by Gabe Garcia. His counterpart at third, Jake Johnson, I should say, throws to first and beats Gabe Garcia for out number 2. Quickly 2 away here in the bottom of the second in a 2-0 ball game. Special thanks to our sponsor, Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call 541-459-1545. Pitch on the turf from Riley Cheney. 1 ball and no strikes. Cheney's 1-0. Hit in the air out towards left field. In a few steps is A.J. Black, who makes the catch for out number 3. Quickly 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the second inning. The score is 2-0 Roseburg as we head to the top of the third. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
After 2 innings, the score is 2-0 Roseburg with the lead. 2 runs coming in. Last inning for the Indians, then a quick 1-2-3 inning for Riley Cheney in the bottom of the second. Special thanks to our sponsor, Dr. Lance and Randall. Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call 541-378-6694. Jake Johnson is going to lead things off. He's the one batter that did not come to the plate last inning for the Indians. Johnson, the third baseman, gets in the box. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to short. And the right-handed hitter gets in the box facing off against the right-hander in Andrew Rodman. First pitch from Rodman is a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes to Johnson. One-0 pitch, down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. So top of the third inning. Indians now second time through the batting order. Pitch to Johnson is taken for a strike. 2-1. Luke Robbins on deck. A.J. Black in the hole. Batters 4, 5, and 6. The meat of the order due up for Roseburg. Rodman's 2-1. Johnson flies the ball out towards deep right center field, giving chase is Humphrey. He can't get to it. It's over his head, and it's off the wall. Johnson's going to stand at second with a stand-up double. And the Indians are back to business here in the top of the third inning. It's the third extra base hit today for Roseburg, their 5th hit overall. Runner at second, nobody out. And now Luke Robbins will come to the plate. Robbins also a batter with an extra base hit today. He had a double last inning. Came in to score the first run of the game for the Indians. Robbins takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. So Robbins looking for his second hit. Going to bring in Jake Johnson standing at second. 1-0. Foul tipped into the mitt of the catcher, Grilly. It was a low pitch from Rodman, but just able to get the bat on it was Robbins. One and one. Rodman out of the stretch. Looks back towards second. Now to the plate. 1-1 is lifted in the air out towards shallow right field. Charging in is Binstadt. He dives and can't get it. Johnson around third. He'll come in to score. Throw goes towards second. It gets away from Bush, the shortstop. As sliding in there safely is Luke Robbins. He has his second hit of the game, and he brings in Johnson. As the Indians extend the lead, it is 3-0 here in the top of the third. Goes down as a double for Luke, his second of the game. Still nobody out, and it brings up A.J. Blank. Same situation. Runner at second, nobody out here on the top of the third. First pitch to Blank, down and away. 1 ball and no strikes to A.J. Grounded out to first base, his first time up. One ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. He grounds it towards third. Garcia fields, looks towards second, and now goes towards first base. Keeps Robbins at second and throws out A.J. Black for out number 1. So 1 out, a runner at second. Here's Danner Wirtz. Walked his first time up last inning, came in to score one of the 2 runs last inning for the Indians. First pitch. Wirtz takes a fastball at the knees for a strike. 0-1. Decent, nice breeze this afternoon in Eugene. Nothing too crazy, but awfully pleasant. 0-1. Taken for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes to Danner. I'll have to try to swing here. The 0-2. Called strike 3. Ooh. Tough one for Wirtz. Looked down and away. He was frozen, and it is a strikeout for Rodman. So now 2 outs after the first strikeout of the game from Andrew. Brings up Fletcher Coleman, runner at second. 2 outs in a 3-0 ball game in the top of the third. Coleman also walked his first time up. First pitch, Fletcher takes a strike at the chest. 0-1. So Rodman finding the zone here. Late here in the top of the third inning. Right-hander set at the waist. Delivers a pitch. Outside. Ooh. Called strike again. Able to paint the outside part of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Low, gets past the catcher Grilly, advancing over to third is Robbins. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now a runner at third base for Roseburg, trying to stretch the lead to 4. Pitch, check swing, and he went around. Coleman trying to go to first base, but the throw down from Grilly is in time for the final out. A strikeout by Andrew Rodman ends the inning, but not before the Indians can score 1 run on 2 hits, leave 1 stranded with no errors. Score is now 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Roseburg is leading. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Bottom of the third inning as the first pitch here in the bottom of the third is sorry about that. Stepped on my mic and lost the cord. So it ripped it out. It ripped it out of my ear and was unable to finish my sentence. It's lifted in the air out towards center field, and it is out for out number one. So Michael Grilli flies out to center field to lead things off here on the bottom of the third inning, and now to the plate is the top of the order, Gino Humphrey. 0-1 count. Riley Cheney delivers a pitch that's popped in the air deep towards left field. Going back to the track is Black. He leaps up. It's over his head, and it's off the wall. At second base is Gino Humphrey with a double. He has his second hit of the game, and so do the Axe. It's now a runner at second. Humphrey 2 for 2. Singled in the first, and now has the second hit for South Eugene. Brings up Gavin Bush. So Bush, the shortstop at the plate, takes a pitch for a strike. 0-1. Tried to bunt himself aboard his first time up. Ended up bunting it foul, and catching it was Cal Robbins, the catcher. Scored the first out back in the first. Bush now grounds one sharply to short. Fielding it is Burke. He shuffles the feet and throws over to first base for out number 2. So 2 outs, a runner at second. Brings up Brendan Van Ryzen. First pitch, Van Ryzen takes down and away, 1-0. Special thanks to our sponsor, Chuck Schwarm and Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? As well as Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs. 1-0. Inside. 2 balls and no strikes from Riley Cheney. Last inning, Cheney had a 1-2-3 inning. Worked in quick fashion. 2-0. Fastball low. Robbins had it pop free of his mitt. 3 balls and no strikes from Cheney to the 3-hole hitter, Van Ryzen. Pitch from Cheney. In the zone for a strike, 3-1. So Cheney gets back in the at-bat. Looking for another scoreless inning. The Indians leading 3-0. 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third. Pitch. Taken for a strike at the knees. Van Ryzen thought he was walking to first base, tossed the bat, We'll now have to get back in the box with a full count. We'll say the bottom portion of the zone has certainly been favorable today to the pitchers. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch from Cheney. Called strike 3. Rings him up. Second strikeout today for Cheney. And he leaves one stranded after 1 hit in the inning. No runs and no errors. We're heading now to the top of the 4th inning. The score is 3-0 Roseburg. You're listening to Indians Baseball here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Welcome back here to South Eugene High School. Top of the 4th inning. It is 3-0. Roseburg with the lead. Been a good start for Riley Cheney on the mound. Just 2 hits allowed so far for the right-hander. Now the offense gets back to work for the visiting Indians. So Caden Austin is going to be leading things off. The second baseman. His first plate appearance, or first at bat, I should say. Had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. Now swings, and the first pitch he sees is lifted in the air out towards right field. And it's a catch made in right field by Chuck Binstadt for out number 1. Made a nice over-the-shoulder catch for the opening out. It's 1 out, nobody on, 3-0. Roseburg leading here in the top of the 4th inning. In steps Paxton Burke, his third at bat in 4 innings. Third time through the order now for the Indians as leadoff man comes back to the plate. 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Burke swings, it's grounded to the right side. Trent Oliver, the second baseman, fields and throws to first base. 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Brings up Dane St. Clair, his third at bat today. He's 1 for 2. RBI single, ground out to short. Center fielder looking to get going. Rodman's first pitch. Popped in the air out towards center field. Giving chase is Gino Humphrey. And he's called off in left field by Brennan Van Ryzen. How about that? 3 pitches, 3 outs. And that'll do it for the Indians in the top of the 4th inning. We're now heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. The score is 3-0 Roseburg here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
3-0 the score, bottom of the fourth inning. It's Roseburg with the lead. South Eugene coming up to hit here in the bottom of the fourth. Halfway through this game, it's 3-0. Andrew Rodman, the pitcher, now comes up to the plate. And his first pitch he sees from Riley Cheney misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 pitch from Cheney is popped in the air. Right side into the outfield. It takes it. And there to make the catch is Fletcher Coleman for out number 1. So 1 out, nobody on for Jonah Alexander, the first baseman, 5-hole hitter, comes up to the plate, his second chance against Cheney. Struck out swinging his first time up. First pitch to him. Lined out towards left field, and it's down for a base hit. Missing it in the alleyway was Black. It rolls to the wall. Alexander digs for 2, and he'll get there standing up safely with a double. So just the third hit of the game for South Eugene. 2 of their 3 hits, though, extra base hits. A double by Gino Humphrey, and now a double by Jonah Alexander. 1 out, runner in scoring position, and now here's Liam Donlin. Special thanks to our sponsor, Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel and make sure that you have an agent in your corner. You can call 541-672-5701. Ball is hit out towards right center field, racing around third base, and coming in to score is Jonah Alexander. Advancing to second is Liam Donlin, as it's an RBI double, and South Eugene is on the board here in the bottom of the fourth inning. It is now 3-1 after back-to-back doubles. So Cheney was cruising through the first 3 innings, just 2 hits allowed, 2 strikeouts, picked up a big strikeout with a backwards K-10 last inning. But this inning, after the fly out to Rodman, back-to-back doubles, and it's now 3-1. Still 1 out. Here's Gabe Garcia, right-handed hitter. Takes the first pitch low from Cheney, 1-0. Garcia 0 for 1, grounded out to third, his first time up. That was a part of a 1-2-3 inning from Cheney in the second. Look back towards second, he may get him. Throw back, tag is in time. Got Liam leaning. Donlin was looking like he was heading towards third. Cheney steps off the mound and then throws back to 2 to retire Donlin for the second out. So now nobody on, 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Cheney out of the windup. 2-0 is fouled away towards the left field side. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Cheney's 2-1 pitch. Lifted in the air pretty deep out towards left field. Near the wall and making the catch on the warning track is A.J. Black for the final out. So the Axe in the inning are able to score 1 run on 2 hits. None are left stranded as we'll now head to the top of the 5th inning. The score is 3-1. Roseburg is leading here on 541radio.com and the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty, and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Top of the fifth inning, it is 3-1. Roseburg with the lead. South Eugene able to score a run in the bottom of the fourth inning. Back-to-back doubles for the X. It was Jonah Alexander and Liam Donlin. Back-to-back doubles to bring in the first run of the game for South Eugene. And now we're beginning the top of the fifth inning. The Indians back to the plate. So Cal Robbins going to be leading things off, the three-hole hitter at the dish. Rodman still in the game. The right-hander winds and fires. Off-speed pitch. Drops in for a strike. No balls and a strike to Cal. Cal today, 1 for 2. Had a double back in the first. Grounded out to short in the second inning. Sophomore takes a pitch outside. 1 ball and 1 strike here in the top of the fifth. Robbins looking for his second hit today. Takes the pitch for a strike. 1-2. Rodman starting to settle in. Also a sophomore. This is going to be a battle for years to come in the Southwest Conference. This pitcher versus this hitter. Two exceptionally talented young players. Robbins takes low in the turf. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the fifth inning, Indians scored 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third. South Eugene, the 1 run in the bottom of the fourth. Two-one pitch to Robbins. Reaches for a pitch low and fouls it away to the third base side. Do the 2-2 again. Special thanks to our sponsor, Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rodman winds and delivers. Robbins belts the ball deep towards left field. Going back to the track is Van Ryzen. He looks up. So long! Solo shot for Cal Robbins. And the big fly puts the Indians up 4-1.
Way to go, Big Cal!
Robbins and Jake Johnson clank their batting helmets as you hear Cal say, "Let's go," and the team celebrate in the dugout. The Indians extend the lead to 3 once again, 4-1 on the 7th hit of the game. And Robbins' first home run of the season. Gets his first home run at the 6A level. So it brings up Jake Johnson. Double and a ground out so far. Takes the pitch outside. 1 ball and no strikes. So Johnson had a double and scored a run in the third. Now laces the ball foul to left. Had the ground out to short back in the first inning, so also looking for his second hit of the game. 1 ball and 1 strike here in the top of the fifth. Nobody on and nobody out. Ball down low. 2 balls and a strike to Johnson. Rodman's 2-1. Johnson lines the ball to right field through the 3-4 gap. It's a base hit. Second hit of the game for Jake Johnson. Brings up Luke Robbins. Still nobody out, runner at first. Indians now have 8 hits on the afternoon. Leading South Eugene 4-1, out hitting the Axe 8-4. So here's Luke at the plate. Throw back towards first base. Diving back there safely is Johnson. See if Luke can do the same thing his brother Cal just did. Maybe try to go yard. Drive in a run. Takes a pitch outside, and the throw goes over to first base from the catcher, Michael Gurley. Back there safely is Johnson. One ball and no strikes. Rodman peeks over to first base, and now comes set. Fires in a pitch. It's called a strike at the knees. One ball and one strike to Robbins. As he steps out of the box and now gets back in. Holds the bat towards his waist and now brings it above his shoulders. Throw back towards first base. Diving back there safely is Johnson. Rodman keeping an eye on the runner. He's done that throughout the game. Runner on the move. Pitch is inside. Throw down towards second base from Grilly is not in time as Johnson is able to snag second. So a stolen base for Jake. Now runner in scoring position for the Indians. Two balls and a strike. Pitch. Freezes Robbins. It drops in for a strike. 2-2. Beautiful pitch from Rodman. A nice off-speed pitch that, like I said, froze Robbins. He thought about offering and buckled up. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on the top of the 5th inning. Indians leading 4-1. Pitch to Robbins, down and away, and the count's gone full. A.J. Black is waiting on deck. Indians still no outs here on the top of the 5th. Trying to score some more runs offensively. Party got started in this inning by a solo shot by Cal Robbins. Jake Johnson a single, and then a stolen base to advance to second in scoring position. 3-2, fouled back. We'll do it again to Luke Robbins. 2 for 2, 2 doubles, has an RBI today. Trying to go 3 for 3. Rodman comes set. Pitch is grounded out towards the right side, and fielding it is Jonah Alexander, who taps on the first base bag for out number 1. Johnson advances to third on the play, so 1 out, a runner at third. 4-1 the score here in the top of the 5th inning. And it brings up A.J. Black. The Indians' last inning saw 3 pitches, retired in order. 3 pitches, 3 outs. And now this inning, working the count a little bit more. Pitch misses high. 1 ball and no strikes to A.J. Black. Left fielder that's been active today in the outfield. Plenty of balls hit that way. Chance for an RBI here. Johnson at third. Takes a fastball for a strike at the letters. 1 ball and 1 strike. Black today, no batting glove on the right hand, just 1 on the left hand for the right-handed hitter. Swings at a pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 and 2. Rodman nods twice, kicks the leg, and misses inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to AJ. Black today, a ground out to first and a ground out to third. 2-2. Ooh, hit him. Word on the inside, and he'll take first base. Now runners on the corners, and it's going to bring up Danner Wirtz with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Wirtz into the max. 0 for 1 with the strikeout and a walk. First pitch, runner on the move. Wirtz swings and hits it out towards right field. It's a base hit. Going first to third is A.J. Black. Coming in to score from third base is Jake Johnson. It's an RBI single for Danner Wirtz. And the Indians extend the lead to 4. It is 5-1 here in the top of the 5th. So the hit and run pays off for Roseburg. And now the same situation. Runners on the corners, 1 out. 5-1 the score, though, and here's Fletcher Coleman, left-handed hitter. So Wirtz at first and A.J. Black at third. First pitch to Coleman is a breaking ball that drops in for a strike. 0-1. Special thanks to our sponsor, Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson and Company, member SIPC. Bunt shown, it's pulled back by Coleman. Pitch misses up and away. One ball and 1 strike. Coleman shows bunt again, tries to get it down, but he bunts it foul behind the plate. 1-2. Coleman will have to swing it here. Just like Danner Wirtz, a walk and a strikeout so far. Left-handed hitter. Peeks into the righty and Rodman. Pitch in, it's just a little bit low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Indians trying to add on to their lead. Pitch to Coleman is popped in the air out towards left field. It's trailing off foul, and it's going to land foul. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Pretty much all the clouds have vacated here in South Eugene, turning into a beautiful blue sky day. Two-two. Hit up the middle. It's a base hit. That's going to bring in Black from third. Wirtz advances to second. It's an RBI single for Fletcher Coleman. And the Indians extend the lead. It's 6-1. An offensive explosion of the Indians here in the 5th. At the 4th hit of the inning. It brings in another run. It's the 3rd run of the inning, and now runners at first and second for Caden Austin. Still just 1 out in the inning. 9-hole hitter at the plate. Austin swings through the first pitch, showing 1. Austin 0 for 1, a fly out to right field, a sac bunt his first time up. A 1 pitch to Austin. Pops it up towards shallow left field. Gavin Bush, the shortstop, backs up. And the catch is made for out number 2. So 2 outs and 2 on. I have a pitching change here. Roadman out there with coach for South Eugene. Elijah Simmons is the second-year head coach. Gavin Bruneau and Caden Davis, the 2 assistant coaches for South Eugene. So Roadman's going to remain in the game. Burke is coming up to the plate. So here's Burke. First pitch. Hit on the ground to first base. Diving play by Alexander. He gets up. A race to the bag. And he's out. Beats out Burke by just a step, and that'll end the inning. A really nice play defensively by Jonah Alexander. So the Indians bring 8 batters to the plate. They're able to score a total of 3 runs on 4 hits and leave 2 stranded. No errors defensively. The score is 6-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Bottom of the 5th inning is Riley Cheney's 1-1 pitch is fouled away by Chuck Binstadt. Special thanks to our sponsor, DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop, as well as Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. 1 ball and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cheney's pitch is cut on and miss. It's a strikeout from the right-hander, who's been excellent so far today. Puts an out on the board here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-1 the score. It's Roseburg with the lead here in the bottom of the 5th, and it now brings up the 9-hole hitter, Michael Grilli. It's at the 3rd strikeout of the game for Cheney, and right after that, it's a hit by pitch as Grilli wears one on the left elbow. He'll head to first base. Brings up the top of the order, and Gino Humphrey, who's been excellent so far today. A single and a double so far for the South Eugene product. Indians leading 6-1, a runner at first, 1 out. As Humphrey comes to the plate. He's accounted for half of the hits so far today for South Eugene. First pitch is popped in the air out towards center field. It's down for a base hit. St. Clair fields and throws it in. So Gino Humphreys 3 for 3. A single, a double, and then another single now. As it's a situation for Cheney now with runners at first and second. Still 1 out, and it brings up the 2-hole hitter, Gavin Bush. 0 for 2, popped up behind the plate, and a ground out to short so far. Cheney steps off the mound and will now get back on it. First pitch, it's grounded up the middle. It's through for a base hit. Advancing to third is placement runner. Trying to see who it is for Grilly. Either way, it's going to be bases loaded. Humphrey advances to second. Bush picks up his first hit. It's a walk and back-to-back singles to load the bases for the X here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 6-1 the score. It's now Brendan Van Ryzen. First pitch to Van Ryzen. Fastball down low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. So a high-pressure situation for Cheney. It's been wonderful so far this afternoon. Just a 1 run coming in. It came last inning. Cheney delivers a pitch that's softly hit in the infield. Leaping up at second is Austin. He taps on the second base bag. It's a double play. Bases loaded, 1 out, and just a soft liner up the middle. At second, Austin leaps, catches it, and lands on the second base bag for the final out. Cheney gets out of the jam, and 2 are left stranded after 2 hits in the inning. No runs coming in, and no errors. What a play by Caden Austin. Another excellent double play for the Indians' second baseman. We'll now head to the 6th inning. It is 6-1. Roseburg with the lead here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Top of the 6th inning, it is 6-1 the score. Roseburg with the lead here in the top of the 6th. A phenomenal play by Caden Austin in the bottom of the 5th inning. It was bases loaded, 1 out, and he was able to catch a line drive for a double play to end the inning. There's a new pitcher coming into the game for South Eugene. It's Gabe Garcia entering the game, so the right-hander will go to work. I believe Andrew Rodman is now at third base. So Garcia is going to come in for Rodman. Rodman, a total of 5 innings pitched. Gave up total of 8 hits, 6 runs, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks with a hit by pitch. That's the final line for Rodman. So now here's Gabe Garcia. So Garcia, the right-hander on the mound. Dane St. Clair steps into the box. First pitch from Garcia. Bends inside to the left-handed hitter in St. Clair. 1 ball and no strikes here in the top of the 6th inning. Garcia's 1-0 pitch. Popped in the air by St. Clair out towards center field. Twisting the shoulders a few times and not making the catch on the play is Humphrey as it went over his head and then over the wall. A ground rule double as St. Clair leads things off with his second hit of the game. So he's now 2 for 4, and in steps Cal Robbins, who's 2 for 3. Had the big fly the last time up. Indians now up to 10 hits in the So Robbins getting a talk with Coach Thompson ahead of this at-bat. Special thanks to our sponsor, McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. Stop by on West Harvard Avenue. So here's Cal. Hit a home run his last time up. Let's see if he can do it again. It was his first home run as a Roseburg Indian. Takes a breaking ball down low. 1 ball and no strikes here in the top of the 6th with a runner at second. One 0. Down low and advancing to third base is St. Clair as the ball got away from Michael Grilly behind the plate. So 2 balls and no strikes. Cal had a double back in the first, a ground out in the second, and then the home run. That was last inning in the 5th. 8 batters came to the plate. 3 runs came in on 4 hits for Roseburg. They left 2 stranded. 2-0 pitch. Robbins swings, pops it up in the air deep towards right field, giving chase is Binstadt. It's over his head, and Robbins is digging to second for his second double of the afternoon. Coming in to score is Dane St. Clair, and the Indians extend the lead. It is 7-1, as Cal has 3 extra base hits today. RBI double. Cal's been a big-time player this afternoon. Indians now with 11 hits and 7 runs. They lead by 6. 7-1 the score as Jake Johnson comes to the dish. 2 for 3 today. Couple of runs, a single, a double, a stolen base, plus a ground out. So a 2 for 3 day, trying to go to 3 for 4. And Johnson calls time right before Garcia was about to deliver a pitch. So Johnson called times and now gets back in the box. Still awaiting the first pitch. Cal standing at second. First pitch, breaking ball, and man, a big whiff from Johnson. Looked like it was served to him on a platter, and he liked it so much he wanted to swing for the fences and just missed it. No balls and a strike. Hoping for a similar pitch here. Want to connect and drive on. Here's the 0-1. Fouled back. No balls and 2 strikes. No balls and 2 strikes to Johnson. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. Indians with a 7-1 lead. Pitch to Johnson. Right back up the middle. Line drive right to second. Catching the ball is Trent Oliver, and he tosses it right over to Gavin Bush at the second base bag for out number 2. So after Caden Austin did just that in the 5th inning, the Axe return the favor here in the top of the 6th, and L4-6 DP. Robbins out at second, and now nobody on and 2 outs for Luke Robbins. First pitch to Luke is a breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. So after starting this inning with back-to-back doubles given up by Garcia, he gets a double play. And now an out away from getting out of the inning with just 1 run coming in. Pitch in the turf. 1 ball and 1 strike to Robbins. A little bit unique of a field. They have the turf on the home plate side. So home plate is in a turf section. There's a little circle. The rest of the field is grass with a little bit of turf on the warning track on the infield side. Pitch in the dirt. Now 2 balls and a strike. But the infield is grass, and the dirt is actual dirt in the infield, except for the home plate section. 2-1. Fouled back. 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garcia will wind and deliver. Called strike 3. Freezes up Robbins for the final out. So the Indians get 2 hits. They score 1 run, and they lead 7-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Indians leading by 6 here in the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty, and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Let's go, Riley. Keep working hard here.
7-1 the score as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning. Riley Cheney still out there for Roseburg. The right-hander delivers a pitch that's grounded to the left side. Picking up is the shortstop Paxton Burke, who throws over to Danner Wirtz at first base to retire Andrew Rodman for out number 1. 7-1 the score. Roseburg with the lead. Special thanks to our sponsor, Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. So 1 out, nobody on. Pitch in, and it's called a strike to Jonah Alexander. 0-1. So 1 out, the 0-1 pitch in the dirt now. 1 ball and 1 strike in the 7-1 ball game. Indians scored 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third. South Eugene answered with a run of their own in the bottom of the 4th. Indians 3 runs in the top of the 5th. No runs for South Eugene in the bottom of 5, and 1 run for the Indians in the top of the 6th. Alexander takes low and away. 2 balls and a strike in this 6-run ball game. Again, game number 1 of the doubleheader. Pitch in for a strike. 2-2. Game 2 will start approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of game number 1. Pitch in, and it's down low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch to Alexander is fouled off. We'll do the 3-2 again. Beautiful day here in South Eugene. Weather is up to 60 degrees. First pitch was 54 and overcast. Now 60 and sunny. 3-2, down low and inside, and it's going to be a walk.
Ain't nobody hurt here. Here we go, work hard.
So Cheney allows a walk.
You're all right, take it off, forget about it here. Throwing baseball. Here we go.
Brings up Liam Donlin. That just the Third walk of the afternoon for Riley Cheney. Donlin at the plate, 1 for 2, had a double his last time up. Takes a pitch inside, 1 ball and no strikes. So 1-0 the count to Donlin. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped in the mid of Robbins, the catcher. 1-1. 11 hits today for Roseburg. Rather 6 so far for South Eugene with the 1 run. Pitch is fouled back. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cheney comes set, looking for another strikeout. The pitch, fouled off. Do the 1-2 again. Cheney this afternoon, 3 strikeouts for the Roseburg Indians. Looking to complete the 6th innings. 1-2. Down low and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cheney takes a breath, kicks in, fires, 2-2, fouled off at the plate. Donlin stays alive. Donlin making Cheney work. Pitch. Lifted in the air out towards left field. Black charge in, and he makes a catch for out number 2. So line out to left, 2 outs, a runner at first, and a 7-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brings up the 7-hole hitter, Gabe Garcia. Garcia 0 for 2 so far. Ground out to third and a fly out to left field. Takes an off-speed pitch for a strike. 0-1 as Cheney gets ahead. Indians leading by 6. It's been a good day all around for Roseburg. Pitch comes in for a strike. 0-2. Cheney gets ahead. Now an opportunity here for his 4th strikeout. Shakes once. Finds a pitch he likes. He comes set at the waist. Kicks and deals. It's reached for and lined right to Austin at second for out number 3. So 1 left stranded. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We're heading to the 7th. Indians looking for extra offense as they lead by 6. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball. You're on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Top of the 7th inning, it is 7-1, Roseburg with the lead. Special thanks to our sponsor, Roseburg Country Club. Stop by for the open house golf membership drive on May 4th from 5 to 8 p.m. Sign up for a membership that day and get 25% off. So 7-1 the score as we begin the top of the 7th inning. First pitch from Garcia. Misses down low. 1 ball and no strikes. A.J. Black at the plate for Roseburg. Black, the 6-hole hitter, followed by Danner Wirtz and Fletcher Coleman, 6, 7, 8 in the order. Pitch to Black is taken down and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Garcia. Came in last inning for Andrew Rodman, who threw 5 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and 2 strikeouts. Now Garcia, his second inning of work. Black belts the ball out towards center field, and in to make a low catch is Gino Humphrey for out number 1. So 1 out, nobody on for Danner Wirtz. Wirtz today, a walk, a run scored, a strikeout, and an RBI single. Freshman back in the box. His first look at Garcia. Checks his swing. He went around. 0-1. No balls and a strike. Garcia's pitch. Taken low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, game number 1 of the doubleheader. We'll have game number 2 coming up about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Breaking ball drops in. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Indians 7-4 on the season. Picked up their 4th loss of the year against Sheldon on Tuesday. Wirtz waits for a breaking ball, grounds it to short. Bush fields the throw to first base in time for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down to begin this top of the 7th inning. And it brings up Fletcher Coleman.
Here we go. Like last time, do a little stretching.
First pitch, Coleman takes a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. Coleman had an RBI single his last time up. That was in the 5th. Takes another breaking ball for a strike. 0-2. Prior to that RBI single, a strikeout and a walk today for Coleman. A 1-for-2 afternoon. And now where's one? On the knee, it was a off-speed pitch that got away from Garcia. And so, hit by pitch will put a runner at first base with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. In steps Caden Austin. Austin takes the first pitch in the dirt, and now advancing to second is Coleman as the ball gets away from Michael Grilly. So now Austin has an opportunity here with a runner in scoring position to pick up his first RBI of the afternoon. Sack bunt, fly out to right, and a pop up to short so far for Caden. Heading off to Valley City State next year to go play college football, wrapping up his senior baseball season. 1-0 pitch. Austin takes a strike. 1-1. Was an excellent player on the Roseburg football team in the fall. Pretty good defensive back, excellent wide receiver, tons and tons of speed. 1-1 pitch. Hits him. So back-to-back hit by pitches. Put 2 aboard for the Indians here in the top of the 7th. Brings up the top of the order with Paxton Burke coming back to the dish. This is his 5th at-bat of the afternoon. 7-1, Roseburg leading, top of the 7th. Chance to add on to their lead before the bottom of the 7th. We'll see if Riley Cheney comes back out for the bottom of the 7th. Try to finish the day with a complete game. First pitch to Burke, breaking ball, and he swings and fouls it away. 0-1. Burke today, single, walk, ground out to second, and a ground out to first. Pitch in. Popped up behind the plate, out of play. So no balls and 2 strikes to Burke. Dean St. Clair on deck. Indians with 2 on and 2 out. Garcia steps off the mound, and now we'll get back on it. The 0-2 pitch. Reached for, lifted in the air out towards left field, and it is a catch made in left field by Van Ryzen. So that'll do it for the Indians in the top of the 7th inning. 2 are left stranded, no hits, no runs, and no errors. We'll now head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Indians trying to close it out for their first win of the afternoon. 7-1 the score here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning, it is 7-1 the score. First pitch from Riley Cheney here in the bottom of the 7th comes in a strike. No balls and a strike. To the 9-hole hitter, Chuck Binstat, Michael Grilly, and Gino Humphrey. 8-9-1 due up. Binstat lines the ball to short. Fielding the line drive is Paxton Burke for out number 1. So Cheney back out, trying to get the complete game win. Indians lead 7-1, 1 out. Nobody on, and now the 9-hole hitter, Michael Grilly, to the dish. Cheney kicks and delivers. Pitch is fouled off. 0-1. So no balls and a strike. Cheney winds and fires. Fastball swung on and missed. Elevated fastball, and Grilly chased. 0-2. Cheney, a chance now for another strikeout. Would be his 4th if he gets it here. The right-hander winds. Delivers. Called strike 3. Rings him up. That's his 4th strikeout, and quickly 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Brings up Gino Humphrey, who's been 3 for 3 today. Single, double, and single for Humphrey so far, the center fielder and leadoff hitter. Back to the plate. 2 outs, nobody on. 7-1 the score. Roseburg with the lead. Cheney's first pitch is swung on and miss. 0-1. Cheney waiting as Humphrey gets out of the box and now gets back in. The 0-1 pitch. Elevated fastball, check swing. He went around. 0-2. The Axe are down to their final strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Cheney shakes twice. Now nods the head. Winds, fires. 0-2. Grounded onto the shortstop. Burke fields, sidearms to first. That's the ball game. Indians win it 7-1 in game number 1 this afternoon. Riley Cheney goes the distance as the Indians lead it and win it 7-1 in game number 1 of the afternoon. Heck of a performance for Riley Cheney, who did a great job this afternoon. We'll take a quick 2-minute timeout. When we return, we'll wrap things up, and then we got a special for you. In between games, Joey and I talked about what's happening with Roseburg sports, what's happening with DC sports in the area, and we'll also have an immaculate grid for you this afternoon. You'll want to stick around for that, but first we'll get that 2-minute timeout and wrap things up here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.